Oh, I'm getting us started.
If my voice sounds ridiculous, then I'll let you get it started.
Okay. It is, what day is it? Well, I said it's Sunday night, November 3rd. Okay, we got that started. We are trying to have, over the course of the month, each week of our call to be concentrating on different things. For those of you that were on the call or listened to the recording, last week, Lily brought on what Alana shares with us as the mentors, like how she goes over someone's tracker and tracking and really analyzing a tracker like that to make us all smarter in our own abilities for our tracking. I think it was very, very informative. I think we can and the more details you put into the tracker, then the better your results are going to be. And focus on the tracker, focus on the scale. If you focus on the tracker, then the scale will follow suit. Today, in second, I guess our second call, but it's the first week of the month. So however it works, today we are talking and really, if ever feeling lost, whether it's in your mindset or out of control or in your meals, you know, like what's the term? Stop, drop, and roll, right? Stop, drink water, you know, and then just think two bunnies. Guys, you keep it basic with the two bunnies, you're already well on your way to being in the right, in the right mindset and in the right path to succeeding. But now let's talk mindset. There is a reason why in the tracker, it asks you to write about your mindset, your current mindset every day. And how if you really, truly believe that you can lose weight and your body's meant to lose weight. And Alana says this a lot, and it's so important to remember. If you have extra weight to lose, whether it be 5 pounds, 15 pounds, 25 pounds, your body wants to lose that weight. Your knees, your ankles, your heart, your body wants to lose it, okay? So you can lose it. And that's what I want to concentrate on today when we're talking about mindset. And when we're discussing the two bunnies and the whole idea of basics is talking about our feelings from the beginning. And I want to kind of put it into a frame of mind like this. We very often get envious of people. And I don't want that to be seen or thought of right now as a negative connotation. Right? Sometimes we hear jealousy and we think it's bad. But envy, in terms of somebody has something that you want, I'd like you to take that and turn it around and think about it in terms of somebody has something that you want for yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't want them to have it, right? But somebody has something that you want for yourself. Instead of then just leaving it at that, if somebody has something that you want for yourself, what can you do to get it, right? If we're talking about this in a frame of mind of nutrition and health and weight loss, and you see somebody who is healthy and fit or thin or had lost weight, right? And you want that for yourself, what plan of action can you take for yourself? What agenda can you make for yourself? What action items? What can you do to make that happen for yourself? It's not that somebody else is doing something magical or necessarily some secret. You have all the information you need. For all of us, or those of us that have gone through so many different kinds of diets, right? We all know there really is no secret sauce. There are amazing combinations of things you can do. I mean, maybe we can call Shakeology secret sauce. Yes, Lily.
Can you hear me okay? Do I sound normal now?
Yes.
Good. I would say the secret sauce is exactly what you're talking about tonight. And that's choosing to put the effort in and to cultivate mindsets and to learn from others, that is a secret sauce, because so many people choose to not do it. I think it's pretty special.
Right. But the whole point is that it's not even a secret. Anybody in this group, guys, anybody on this call, anybody in our group, when you see the people that are doing the behaviors day in and out, you see success. The people leaning in for support. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face. Consistency does not mean never messing up. Consistency is never giving up. Okay? Write it down, put it on your phone, put it on your mirror when you wake up in the morning, put it in your tracker. Just remember that. Okay? With 2B and just like, we've spoken about this. It's not, there's no falling off because you're on. So maybe one decision wasn't right, but the only thing that makes you not consistent is if you quit. Don't quit on yourself. So just to, circle back, like, in order to get what you need or in order to get what you want, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? And when I say it's not a secret, it's kind of like how it's not rocket science, right? How many people started watching in the beginning the 2B videos or spoke to a coach or had somebody start explaining 2B mindset to them, and you're waiting for like the trick, or you're waiting for like, something in this, or like, it's not one of those guys where you can explain in 3 sentences, do this, don't do that, and then you're done. It's not rocket science, but there is science behind it, and there is methodology behind it, and there's a reason behind it, and there's a reason why it works. There's a reason why you can say you're, so many years of your life that, no, but I know what I'm doing. I know what to do to lose weight. Why is this different? Well, give it a shot. Give it a shot. And a big part of that is mindset. Because every other time that you've been on a diet or you try to lose weight and your mindset is deprivation and I can't and I'm not allowed. And look, it's like what I said in my video this morning. I mean that wholeheartedly. You don't have to eat healthy. You get to. All you need to do is take one day of eating well and think about how you physically feel. And whether you have more energy, whether you're happy, whether you physically feel better, whether you're waking up with a stomach ache or not. That's not a you have to. You want to look at it like that? You figure out that mindset. But the whole purpose of this mindset, the reason why that is the secret, and that is such an integral part of it, is because that's the huge part. It's just different ways we start looking at things. We all knew what the food groups were, but did you really understand what they do for you? We all knew the food groups, but did you know when's the best time to be eating them? We all know what a snack or cake or candy is, but did you really put thought into if that's what your body wants right now? So the mindset is such a huge component. So when we say go back to the basics and go back to the 2 bunnies, includes that mindset, includes that start. When you wanted this, you needed this, and you were so desperate for change that you were, super focused, right? Like hyper focused on this goal, on achieving this. That's what you wanted. You were so desperate for change. You were so unhappy with something that you said, I'm going to give this one more shot. I know I've tried 1,000 things. Right? And again, just like I said, don't look at envy in terms of what somebody else has that you want as a negative thing. Don't look at desperation as a bad thing. I don't know if anybody listened to the Ed Mylett podcast when he spoke about this. This is really, I love this. When you go back to the beginning, think about where you were when you started. That feeling of desperation, not in a bad place, but that there's nothing that's going to deter me from doing this. There's nothing that's going to sway me from accomplishing and learning what I need to get to where I want to get to, right? You have intention. You are desperate to get it. That's what going back to basics is. That's what having the right mindset is. It doesn't mean that never in your life will you be able to have a cookie. You will. But when you're in that desperate mode, when you want to unlock those next 10 pounds, when you want to get to that next number bracket, you want to reach that next goal, maybe right now is not the time for the cookie. Maybe it is. You decide it is, but let it be with intention, not that it's something that happened to you, but that you made a decision that you wanted it, and you know that it may or may not affect the scale, right? There's no secret there. That's not the secret. Don't be surprised if you finish Shabbos and you step on the scale and you're up a kilo or up a couple of pounds. Now, again, a lot of that will come off because a lot of that sometimes is just volume and timing, and things on Shabbos are different. But if you're like, no, well, I ate great, like I did, like for lunch, I know what I had. I had sweet potato with my grilled vegetables, and I had a piece of chicken, and I only had one piece of challah instead of 3. And then I had fruit instead of cookies. And then I only had it, like, guys, all those things add up. So then there's no surprise. There really is no surprise. But is that what you do when you're desperate for change, and that you let yourself, glide like that? Get back to that place of desperation in the most positive way possible. Get back to that starting point when all you wanted was change. And then the next 10 pounds will be no different than the first 10 pounds. Then you're doing the same thing as you did then. You're not getting lax. You're just as hungry. You're just as hungry. That's kind of funny in terms of what we're talking about. I don't mean hungry like your stomach's hungry. I mean hungry for change. That desperation, that hunger for change is what you want more than anything else. Anyway, those were my thoughts. And
I loved it. I'm sure everybody else felt your passion and is like, okay, what should I do next? So I want to just go back, and I want to say one thing that I always am envious of Ayelet, and that is her focus. I have these like dips and dives when it comes to personal development. Like I'm on, and then I get sick of myself. I'm like, I can't even think of myself and be mindful for like a week. And I listen to things, but like quarter speed of what I would do regularly. And I read trashy romance novels and mystery books and all sorts of stuff. And that's where I am right now. So it's such a pleasure to hear Ayelet's Fire from Enmayat, because I'm like, oh, I haven't listened to a podcast in a week. So I love that because it reminds me of my own fire. And I think if you're feeling, and part of Ayelet's point, which she made so beautifully and eloquently, is if you're looking around in the group and you've lost your fire, like you're in one of the valleys before the next peak. Rachel Hollis says, everything you want is right over the next hill. Get going. However deep your valley is, it's exactly what you need to gain momentum to go up the next hill. And that's really how I've looked to leaning into getting a little more sleep, doing a little less intense amount of personal development a day, and doing a little less for a little bit. Is I'm building up momentum again to dive back in and take myself up to the next thing and the next thing that has to happen. And I know that that's something that I look at her right now and I'm envious of. And I know that she has lots of times when I'm up here and she's in her valley where she's looking at me. And if you have a success partner with somebody, this is a huge part of being a good success partner. Allow the other person to be envious of you. Like, hold them to the next standard. Hold strong even when they're in the valley. Be at your peak and don't apologize for it. And anybody who's posting non-scale victories, or I think we're not saying don't, we're saying do it more and post if you're challenged, because it opens everybody's eyes to nobody's life is any easier than anybody else's. If she can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. I can start building momentum through this valley to get to the next high and the next place of where I want to be in a really positive way, and look around you and realize that you're no different than everybody else in here. So if she can do it, it's just giving you permission to succeed. So thank you, Ayelet. Beautiful.
I think no, I think really, beautifully in terms of how it works in our group. There's no dimming your own light in our group. There is sharing and shining bright. And if you have a success, we've all, like Lily said, highs, lows, everybody. And that's what's amazing, because then let your high inspire somebody else, and let that help get them out of whatever funk they may or may not be. Even in a funk, maybe they're just smooth sailing. It may not be even a dip. It might just be level ground, but then that gives them like that fire that Lily said, and that oomph, that like, wow, she's been doing this for X amount of time and she still feels that fiery start, Look like, oh, the weight loss doesn't have to go down, you still have that weight loss to go. There's no reason. Sometimes you got to figure it out in your tracker. You need to tweak. And like Lily has said so many times, you got to look at that next number. You want to hit that next number, then you got to eat in that next number. You got to track like you're in that next number. You got to do you in that next number. Not be stuck in the mindset of, well, what used to work, okay, we all change. Nobody wants to stay the same, right? So I think we have so much in our group, and so much success, and so much to learn from each other in our group. And I think that's a big part of it. Like, just share.
So let's talk about sharing.
And share it yourself.
Who's going to share?
If there's something,
right?
Any thoughts you've had on anything now that, that we've said now and shared, and mindset, or if you find that like, oh, there was something in the beginning that I felt that maybe is missing now, and I can see myself getting that back. Or if there's something that you envy in somebody else in the group that you're like, okay, I'm going to bring that on myself. This is what I myself, starting to do to get, to get to that. So I'd love to hear what any of you guys have to say.
And I want to call out Nati, who's been getting up early after she didn't want to get up early for a long time, and did it through being positively envious of exactly what I was talking about, of people in the group going, well, if they can get up at 5, I can get up at 5. And Adi, who's been doing these incredible live videos. If you don't follow her, you should. And she's like, I can't do video. I can't do video. Well, I guess if everyone else can do video, I can do video. And Daria, who's been posting her kick-ass NSVs, who's like, Lily can post her before pictures. I could at least post myself in a nice dress, And Esther, who saw somebody write in a group, I really need some workouts at home, and like said, why aren't you doing Beachbody on Demand? So I'm only giving a few because there's so many more of you on the crowd, and I really want you to look for yourself. Like, what are your things that you want to share that you've been taken from this group and applied and done? Daria just raised her hand. Very exciting. Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yes, you did. I saw it move across the screen. Go first.
An itch.
Go first. Unmute yourself.
Where did Daria go? Unmute, Daria.
Oh, am I unmuted
now?
now?
There you are. No, you're good. Talk away.
Okay, wait, what am I sharing? I really was just scratching my eyebrow.
Any takeaway or anything that we spoke about that, that gave you any, food for thought, or if there's something that you envied somebody else in the group that you want to take on, for yourself, or if there was even something that when you think of what does back to basics mean for you? What was that hunger, that initial desperation that can help you get to the next weight loss bracket?
Yeah, I think it's that last thing you said. That's the thing that I wrote down. Was about like sort of, coming back to that's desperation. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to say that in a positive way, but yeah, the desperation that I came to be mindset with, because I've spoken to Lily about this after the Chagim, and still sort of feels like after the fucking, even though it's been a week and a half or whatever, that I'm sort of, I'm stuck, but I'm not stuck. Meaning I'm not feeling the motivation. Oh, sorry. Not feeling the motivation to like get those next 10 pounds, get to that next mini goal. And that's part of why I posted that picture, the NSV picture, was that like, I don't want to spiral into a negative place where I'm like, I can't lose weight. And I'm like, no. I have lost 40 pounds. That is not nothing. That is the opposite of nothing. And so I'm trying to stay positive about like, I'm here. I have reached this goal. I can reach the next goal. I just have to decide to do it. And I know through conversations with Lily and through being in this group and through what you said, I just haven't really fully committed to doing what it takes to get there. So I'm sort of like in this seesaw of like, you know what, maybe I'm okay with this for right now. Maybe I have a ton of, occasions to celebrate, and that's a wonderful thing in life. And if I can maintain and be happy here until I'm ready to get those next 10 pounds off, then maybe that's where I am. But like, I get to decide that, Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
100%. I love that. And I think all of us have gone in and out of maintenance for a little bit and just wanted to also know and feel confident that we are maintaining this before we take on the next challenge. Yeah. And I definitely think there's also a fear, maybe at 40 pounds, if I'm thinking back, 40 pounds for me was just getting into my BMI, top of my BMI. And there was a fear that if I set a next goal, that I was somehow not appreciating the goal that I'd achieved.
Yeah.
And not valuing it enough, and not am I doing then something to myself, right? Like, like gonna get too thin, or like, not appreciating what I accomplished, and like, is it never gonna be enough if this isn't enough? All sorts of stories. And it's okay to take a minute and sort through that, and then say, as Alana would say, I only get one body, so I get to make it look however I want, and I get one life, so I get to decide whether the treat today is working to the next 10 and learning what I'm going to be like at that 10, and then deciding or not. So I'm so happy you brought that up, because I'm sure we have a good amount of people who have had a good amount of progress who might be, like Alana likes to say, we don't plateau, we progress. As bunnies, there is no weight plateau. It's all mental. 100%.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Maria. And I think it's really important also what Lily said. You're choosing your time to be comfortable, and then you decide, and it's up to you when you and then you know what to do the next thing. And speaking about that fear, I think there are so many fears involved. I mean, so like, why would I sabotage, or why would I not just continue? And there are so many reasons for fear. I love the reason that Lily gave. I think that's a huge thing, like, giving value kind of to the person who lost those, 40 pounds into what you lost. I also think it's sometimes an issue of fear because you know what it takes. You knew what it took, to lose the first 40 pounds. And it's kind of scary to say it's going to be hard, because very often the better we get at something, or the more progress we make at something, it doesn't mean that the next inch is going to be easier. We know the work it's going to take. You know what it is. We never say, change is easy. It doesn't have to be complicated, but some things about it are hard. And when you know already the effort that you put in, sometimes the fear of the effort is going to have to go into the next 10 pounds.
Definitely. We have 10 minutes left. So, guys, I want to hear from you guys. Ria, Naomi, Sarah, Hendy, Lauren, Elena, Adi, Seema. Like, raise some hands. Leave some chat messages so we know who to call on, who has something to share. Adi, we haven't heard from you in a call in a long time. Anything like that you were envious of in a positive way that you applied or learned that you want to share? Anybody else? I'm waiting to see raised hands or messages that you're ready to talk.
I don't mind.
Go for it.
I really haven't been on a call for a while, traveling and Chagim and all that.
Yes.
I feel like so many times, can you hear me? I feel like so many times we like overcomplicate stuff. Like, I know exactly what to do, and many of us also, we know exactly what to do to have a great weight loss day, to have a great Shabbat weight loss. Like, we know what to do, but sometimes in our head, we like overcomplicate things and say it's so hard, and this is happening, and that is happening. And so I many times look at other people in the group and just look at their consistency, and even the struggles, even just life, and that they keep going. To me, that's like, I look up to that, and like I strive to be more consistent and just stick with the simple, because I know that the 2 bunnies work. I know dinner and done works. I know it works. So sticking with being consistent and just not overcomplicating it is like, to me, is what works.
Perfect. I think that's a perfect segue from what Daria said. And we're so lucky to have you back on the calls. Yay. Sarah, Hendy, Lauren, Rehab, anybody who's not on video, anything to add, please put in the chat.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm getting lots of
If you're not-
compliments on my water in a wine glass. Everything. Make every moment special.
Seema, your turn. As somebody who was doing, what I'd love to hear, somebody who started off with 2B on their own, and then I love how we connected over social media, and you reached out, and then now being a part of a group like this. Tell us that kind of influence or things that you saw, or how that got you restarted back to basics, rejuvenated, back into things.
I don't know. I definitely like joining the group gave me like another like as if I was starting again, and I rewatched all the videos, and it's been a huge help. And also just seeing everybody else's workouts and consistency, and the other posts, I feel like just is kind of like, right, I want that for myself. I want to be exercising consistently. And then I was doing 21-day fix real time. That's something that I had wanted to do, and I was a little nervous to do it, and I did it. And then I watched everybody else commit to the 100 days and started, and now everyone's like kind of at the end or finished or whatever. And I was like, I want to do that too. And then I was so nervous to, and I was scared to, but I guess like that, the fact that everybody else did it was like, or is doing it, I'm like, I'm just going to try it, and I unfortunately feel like with these programs, they're like scary because they look very intimidating. And then once you try it, and all the Autumn and this one, whatever her name is, I don't even know yet. They all have modifiers, and they encourage you to just do it at your level and to push yourself on your own level. So you kind of see everybody and what everybody else is doing, but then you kind of choose your own path at the same time. And I feel like for me, it's been amazing, because some of the moves I could do fully and push myself, and some I kind of follow the modifier, whatever they call them. And so I feel like it's important to look at other people and use them as motivation, but at the same time figure out where you're at and how to your own path. That it's twofold. You get inspired by other people, but still figure out what's good for you. I don't know, my thoughts.
Fantastic. Hendy volunteered great. Also that she had something. We only have 5 minutes left, so Hendy, take it away.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I was just going to say, again, what Seema said about starting a program and it looks so hard, and then there's the modifier. I mean, the fact that I'm even working out at all is basically because of the group, because I was still in this mindset, I have a baby, my life's crazy, I never have time, blah, blah, blah. And then Lily posted that they're just releasing MM100, what a good chance to try it. And I'm like, I just went straight into it. I didn't even look at anything. I was like, okay, I'm doing this because I saw so many of you guys doing it and it was amazing. And then only afterwards, one day I was looking at on Beachbody online and I see that, oh my gosh, there's 3 bars on the program. I would never have started this program if I had seen the level of difficulty because, oh my gosh, it's so hard. Meanwhile, it is not hard at all. At the beginning, yeah, I was modifying like a lot, but now I'm like, okay, there's the modifier if I need it, but I went up in weights. I mean, that's like, I'm way more in shape than I thought I was just from holding my baby. Those are all that are, because of the group. And to me, it's the best part of the whole program is the group and the support because who wants to work out on their own? And, it just wouldn't have happened. So I really appreciate it.
And how much weight have you lost since you started 2B?
So far, 13 kilo, but I'm saying so far because I'm hoping it's going to continue. So far, it is. It's definitely worked. Yeah, it's more than 13 kilo. I look like I lost more, or in my mind, it seems like I did because
she does,
like I was telling Lily, I did actually since starting the program. I started a month ago on day 34. I really did, and I didn't take my measurements because I'm so scared of doing all this stuff. But I took out a pile of shirts that I hadn't worn in ages, and I was scared to try them on. I was telling Lily, well, guess what? I put one on this morning, and not only did it fit, but it fit me way better than it ever fit me in my life. Like it wasn't tight at all, and the space in there. I still have my C-section belly, but like, wow, I'm just amazed. So I'm definitely on this journey. Another thing that when I started the program was like, there is no way I'm not eating carbs at night. No way, no way, no way. I need my carbs at night. That's when I sit down for my best meal.
I remember that.
Yeah. So I'm starting now to be like, okay, I'm also, it's like, it's teaching me how to eat. It's teaching me what my body needs in ways that I never understood. Like I'm like a visual eater. Like if my plate's not full, I'm like, how am I ever going to be full from that? Meanwhile, after a few weeks on 2B, I was like, oh wow, I'm actually full. And all I ate were these vegetables. So now I'm starting like, I know what works at night to keep me full. Like on Thursday night, I never have carbs for supper. I just have an omelet with a bunch of vegetables, and I always had that. So I'm like, okay, fine. I see this works. Okay, on this night, I'm going to not have my carb at night. Today, again, I did it because I knew it was for supper. I planned my lunch better, and I'm good. I only ate vegetables and protein, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So yeah, I did the whole thing. It's just amazing. I'm so glad I'm able
proud
to
of you
part
for
of this.
owning that.
Thank you to everybody. For everybody who posts, there's always an encouragement, and I really appreciate it.
Amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I want to hear. Nati said she had some more to say.
I know. We have less than a minute left, so please, Nati, if you have anything. Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Here.
Go for it quickly.
I'll be super quick.
Closing us down.
I'll be super quick. I'm awed by everybody's MM100 success. As you can see from my posts, I'm finally back in the mix of things and working out again after a brief hiatus. One thing that I wanted to say about myself is that I told myself, you're going to start the program, but you can do one workout a day, because I didn't want to push myself. There were so many people doubling up that I was like blown away. And for me at this point, still, it's really like starting over again in some ways. It's that trap.
What are you smoking? I'm never doing more than one a day.
That trap where you say to yourself, today I feel like I can do more, and maybe there will be days like that down the line. But I think for me, maybe it'll change. I think it would ultimately lead me to have that feeling where if there was a day down the road where I didn't feel like I could do more than one, that I would say, never mind, I'm not going to do anything at all. So just knowing that it's like a 24 to 31 minute digestible, doable thing, that is where I'm holding right now. So just like making things realistic and not biting off more than I can chew. And that's all that I wanted to add to that.
I think that's great. And just so you know, even on those of us who did double up, we never doubled up consistently. But you see that you get excited, and sometimes you like want to finish a phase. You're like, okay, I just want to be done with this phase and start the next one. But it's all good, and enjoy it. Like there's no need to rush it.
Thank you.
And thank you so much to Ayelet for her huge, amazing mind.